Hello, and welcome to a Miraculous Review. This one is going to be surrounding episode 11, Guiltrip. And pretty much, I'm going to try my best to actually, I don't know, give a proper review, even though that's totally not my profession. But yeah, I just want to talk about the episode because I heard that Guiltrip is a bit more personal and touch pretty much a lot of people's memories in terms of anxiety and depression and what they've been through. And I can see through this episode. It also, the concept kind of gives me feels. But I also heard that this wasn't like the strongest kind of episode. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. To me personally, I kind of enjoyed it. I liked it. I also like the fact that we got another hero. And if you know me, when it comes to the Ladybug Miraculous series, I always want to see new heroes. We see the same thing all and over again. And I just really want to see more other than Cat Noir and Ladybug. And of course, we got to see Rose as Pagella. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's just review it the way I do it properly with these notes that they're probably mixed up and it's probably not going to make sense, but to you and might, because there's a couple of analysis and theories that might be going on in my head as I'm talking about this. But yeah, let's do this. So Guiltrip, pretty much, there is something going on with Rose, and I believe she has a sickness that is definitely something that affect her longer. It didn't really, specify of what is the sickness that Rose has, but also, did Julika see on her phone that made her cry? Like I was kind of wondering that when I did see the trailer and teaser for Guilt Trip, but yeah, Julika breaks down, but has an early acclimatized coming already. I mean, at least it's sort of coming, but yeah, Mary meets Adrian as he helps Marinette to find Julika, and pretty much this all takes place on lunch tables, but it moves on to like another area, a hidden area that for some reason Julika found, and it's completely hidden. I'm trying to wonder like what was the thing in the middle in that room, in that dark room that Julika went in. But yeah, so pretty much in this scene, literally Marinette and Adrian, oh my goodness, they almost kiss. Can't they just kiss already? I don't know. But I was wondering how the Adrian is becoming a little bit more chiller as I see. I think, yeah, episode 11 and the other episodes, yeah. Well, let me see something real quick here. So episode 4, okay, so I believe that the whole, like, Marinette with Adrian, their, time as, them together has been a little bit more chill. I start to notice that Marinette is, more comfortable talking to Adrian because that should be what's normal. It couldn't be like all the stuttering and all that. But yeah, it becomes a little bit more comfortable actually talking to Adrian, and it should, they like come on, 4 seasons already. But yeah, they almost kiss and um did Marinette send a class a text? Literally, as Julika was crying, already sending a text to the whole entire class. Now, I was wondering, because I believe it's the whole class that is cool with Marinette. I'm not sure where is Kagami in this one. I'm not sure where is Chloe. I mean, I think Kagami's in another school. No, Kagami. Does she go to that school? No, she goes to another. Is she homeschooled? That's what I'm wondering. I know for a fact that Lila's not in there. I don't know what happened to her, but yeah, the whole class, other than the other girls that pretty much Marina has got along with, and also I'm wondering if Zoe's in here. Because Soul Crusher kind of was a an episode that happened before this one. So yeah, what happened to Zoe? I wonder. I don't know. Really hope she didn't really leave or anything because we haven't seen much yet because I'm just going by all these episodes chronologically so I can actually find out like what is going on in what situation, the reasoning of why they act, and also the the real life examples. Basically, I'm just basically putting logic in a lot of these. Yes, in the text of the whole class, I guess. I wouldn't, I wouldn't do that honestly. But Julika then reveals that Rose was sick since she was a child, or had some kind of sickness, some kind of disease, and I believe that the whole class sees it, and yeah, a lot of things change for Rose, as Rose from what I see from Rose, her being such a sweetheart, such an angel, didn't want the whole class to know that, you know, which I do understand. I pretty much sure that I don't let anyone else, in my channel understand my, unfortunate situations and the people I lost and all that. But yeah, a lot of people become more nicer to Rose and pretty much has become different. And Rose wasn't really, I guess, from what I seen, Rose didn't really want it all that, but of course she enjoyed it. And yeah, of course that's what it seems to reveal to Julika, which I'm wondering, how did Julika get that text even? Later on, the akumatization failed, which I was kind of expecting, as Julika class then basically helped Julika and also all gave her a hug. And everyone then becomes nicer to Rose. I guess this is somewhat surrounding Rose and Julika. Are they together? Are they pretty much, there is theories that they are somewhat in love, which I definitely support. I always am, out there to see more like LGBT, representation with a lot of shows and stuff like that. And even though I feel like, Julika and Rose are somewhat young for that, it starts to develop. It is starting to develop because I do notice that Julika, as seeing others people like helping out Rose, when it's a girl, Julika's kind of okay, but when it's a guy, Julika really especially in this scene where it starts to see of Julika's different reactions, especially when Marinette was hugging Rose, Julika was like, okay, that's cool, but when Kim, aka Monkey King, I'm still waiting, helped her help Rose, Julika doesn't seem happy and kind of looks upset. So I do understand that. And I guess the writers itself do understand what these girls are really going through in terms of how they feel and what's going on in their head mentally. So that's kind of smart. Later on, Julika then tells Rose the truth. As Rose then tells the whole class not to worry about her. I mean, it's all revealed, but the way Rose held Julika's hand in that scene, I wonder if they're really together. I wonder. I don't know, because I do see Rose as a sweetheart, and especially with most of her gal pals as well. She is a sweetheart, and that's kind of like normal, of course. But I don't know. Many people were, theorizing, especially most girls that were theorizing that are they like together or not. It sort of could be developing that way. But I guess that's the same thing with other relationships. You kind of have to develop. You have to develop. It takes kind of patience to really see where it's going. But I guarantee in a couple seasons they could be together. It and time can only tell, but I kind of do see them as friends, if I gotta be honest. I do see them because I do see many girls that are just that friendly, that are very that comfy, with other girls, and that just show their, that friendship. And that's how it is. I guess they show that kind of sisterhood. But later on, Julika then tells Rose the truth. As Rose then tells the whole class not to worry and all that. Oh yeah, I already read that. My bad. Later on in the class, talking about the viruses, Rose sneezes and everyone freaks out. Literally everybody, and freaking Marinette was going off on the tables. I was wondering because I saw it in the teaser. I was like, "Well, you're standing on the table, Marinette." Then which breaks. Rose promises, and Julika runs away. Yeah, Julika runs away because everyone. I don't know. There is a certain mental and anxiety state surrounding this narrative of this episode, but that I can only know much okay about it. It's only get to a certain point. But Rose tried to save Julika, but it was too late as Jules was akumatized. Yeah, later on. And I thought Julika turns into something else, but of course, reflect the doll. I mean, reflector, but a different reflector because this is not the reflector I know or I remember. And I'm guessing this is like the fourth time she was akumatized. But this is a different reflector because a couple like in the Gang of Secrets, yeah, Julika was pretty much the reflector we know. But this is a totally different reflector, and it goes in to a portal. Everyone gets sucked in the portal, and basically, as Ladybug was already there and Cat Noir, oh my gosh, how did they, got announced there and all that? Oh my gosh. And I'm wondering if this is the episode of, and here's the thing, Alia, of course she goes to that school. Where's Miranda Rouge? where is Ren Rouge? You would think that she would be there chronologically. I think before that she already, yeah, Gang of Secrets. Was when revealed to Alia and yeah, okay. So basically in this episode, which is episode 11 of Guilt Trip, where's Alia? Where's Rena Rouge? You know, as I'm going by chronologically, basically because I'm always bringing the logics, I guess, you know. But yeah, they get sucked in, and pretty much Ladybug and Cat Noir is there to rescue. But then Julika was like, "No, I gotta," I mean, I'm sorry, Rose. Then was like, "No, I gotta help Julika," as she entangles one of Ladybug's yo-yos. It's a yo-yo. But yeah, pretty much seeing the bravery of Rose. I feel like she is already a hero, and there's something I really want to get into in terms of hero-ness within Rose, and a lot of people might agree, but yeah, pretty much they're there to save like them. Of course, goes deep inside the portal, and as they go inside, there's one thing about this portal that I was looking at, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" It straight up looks like organs. It looks like in a place that is a pinkish organs, and there is bubbles or balls. At first I was balls, but then it's bubbles. And these bubbles are kind of like blackish, and they appear to be invading anyone in the portal as it suffers them into guilt when all the balls get stuck and turns you into Reflector. Depending on how many balls, like if you got surrounded by balls and you have balls all over, God, I should stop saying balls, bubbles all over your face and all over your body, then you turn into Reflector, which, there could be some kind of analogy behind that, but, it just seems like there's a lot of analogy because a lot of whatever this is that Reflector and who Julika and what she's going through mentally is kind of played around this episode as I'm seeing it. Then you start to see everyone guilt as the bubbles took over them. The bubbles, especially when I'm seeing all the characters, the classmates, and what they're going through, especially how it's then gets to Cat Noir. Like there's these certain feelings, and let me tell you, I've been through these feelings, and I never thought that it would like go through this kind of narrative. But of course, Cat Noir, as he almost, like literally almost, like it literally, Cat Noir felt guilty for himself to the point where he almost cataclysmed himself, and that could have been bad. It got dark. It got dark. Like, is it me or Cat Noir was literally about to commit? I don't want to say the word, but I just feel like this episode is really giving that message. Like, what is Julika really going through? Like, if this is really that dark, the same for Ladybug until Rose was there to rescue, first cheering them on, and then with some positivity, basically thank goodness to Rose because I believe she is the, true hero of this episode that helped Ladybug back to her positivity from the negativity. And I'm not sure if that's, a reference from the science teacher, but I'm guessing that could be because positivity overrules negativity. I don't know. I'm not in science no more, so I probably forgot. But I'm probably right. I got I got so much anxiety from uh Cat Noir's hand because Cat still had the cataclysm, and I was just getting so much anxiety. I'm like, this episode about anxiety. God, Thomas, you're really busting me, aren't you? Ladybug needed to help Cat, and her couldn't find all of them, so Rose came to the rescue. At first, cheering, I mean, she was there to cheer the whole team. And, of course, if she was not given as Spagella, I would have been like, damn, she kind of deserved like a miraculous, and she did. She did, and turns into Bigella as Ladybug then gives her the miraculous. I was hyped. I was like, oh my god, we have a new hero. Yes, it's finally here. And so, yeah, got her transformation, which could have been cooler if I got to be honest. But hey, it's all good. Pigella's here, and I just knew it was the perfect match. I couldn't think of any other miraculous. Literally in the beginning, like in what season 2, even season 2 or season 3, that they predicted like, oh, Rose is gonna get the pig miraculous. That is definitely what's gonna happen. I need a drink, jeez. But yeah, then we see Reflecta as the bubbles got a hold of her later on in the show. And yeah, Pagela then uses her power, which I'm always kind of curious about, and which she pulls a gift and gives it to Julika, opens it, like pretty much giving Julika positive thoughts through this gift. And it's kind of like it's something that I really try to understand. I mean, not even Cat Noir understands, but Ladybug does. And yeah, it's kind of like showing a wish of Julica's, if I'm correct, wanted a normal life with Rose and stuff. Like, okay, when I was looking at this, like, it shows your desire. For example, if I was going through something and I was surrounded by bubbles and all that, like, and all of a sudden, like, Rose rescues me, like, don't worry, I can rescue you, I will save you. And I was like, and she would show me this gift, and this gift would be something like, I don't know, me being like a pro skater and also winning the Olympics or whatever, for example. And then she shows me, and I was like, you can do it, you can definitely win, I believe you're such an amazing skater and all that and stuff, like thinking, like, just to cheer me on. And then I'll see that and all these negative bubbles will get away from me. But then when I see Julica's, desires, went to the normal life with Rose in class, and as I heard and what she choose, there has to be more. There has to be more. It has to be something surrounding Rose. I believe that maybe that's what is Julica wants. But the writers, of course, them controlling it, there could be more. There has to be, okay? But yeah, I mean, I wish it could be in depth a little bit in terms of that, using that miraculous power, using the gift as she's trying to give to Julica. But it is what it is, okay? Later on at the Reflectors, jeez, the heroes, and all the Reflectors basically that turn to Reflectors, basically all the classmates that has turned to Reflectors because of the bubbles, which could be a new transformation and stuff like that, and is pretty much chasing the heroes down. Pagella, and also, I don't, and also the rest of them, as they all basically got out there. And of course, Ladybug uses her lucky charm, which is an ice picker, then picks, which I'm like, wait a minute, these are organs, these are not ice, I don't get it, I don't get it. But hey, what am I, I'm just making logic, right? As using that to actually get out of the portal, just to stop, and pretty much digs in to find the phone, breaks it where the akumatized, where basically the moth and also the feather is in, and then does her thing, just pretty much turning everything back to normal. And yeah, it was a good use to basically break the phone. And I'm trying to think to myself, that could be a symbol, breaking the phone, because of course we're talking about positive thoughts and negative thoughts surrounding teenagers, and these are teens. So could it be the phone that could be bringing these kind of negativities or something? Like, you have to break your phone to actually get that, not literally, but it's kind of like, the same thing, like putting your phone down, putting your phone away to actually gain that. Maybe I'm looking at this like a parental kind of, vision. Like, yeah, we kind of do have to put our phones away at some point to actually bring a little bit more positivity out there in life. But that's what I'm thinking, I guess, because definitely this has to do with anxiety, depression, and what these, what Julika is going through, which she seems to be the most depressed in this episode. And later on, then Leba gave Julika a lucky charm to prevent the kumatization, which I did remember seeing. Now, I wasn't too surprised of it, much of it. I'm not sure when she began that, but yeah, this happens to be the episode before the other episode that was introducing more of Ladybug's power and pretty much her abilities and what new updates. In basically bringing like the Ladybug 2.0, as I call it. But of course, she learned before this episode of how to actually stop other people from getting akumatized, and was basically giving her this lucky charm. So yeah, Ladybug basically saved the day of that, and pretty much yeah, we need more Pagella. We kind of need more. There was, okay, Ladybug said something after this where I'm like, what? Saying that, oh, she doesn't need a Miraculous to be hero. Wrong! Wrong, Ladybug. She needs to be hero. We need more heroes. I want to see Monkey King. I want to see freaking Viperion. I want to see. I want to see Queen Bee. I know she's. I don't know. The other Queen Bee probably, whatever Queen Bee. It doesn't matter. You have Ollie on the squad. You gotta have the whole entire class as a squad. I'm still waiting for that. Oh my god. But but yeah, of course, But hopefully we see more Pagella in the future. And pretty much as that, pretty much, yeah, everything went back to normal stuff. I guess there was some other stuff that I couldn't analyze. There was a couple scenes that was missing through my head because here I am reviewing and here I am late. But yeah, let me know what you think about the episode, and let me know what's your opinions about it and stuff like that. I heard a lot of people saying like it's not that, it's not much. I heard many people saying like, oh, it's emotional. I don't know where I stand, but I gotta say this episode brings a very deep message, and it needs to be done. And it was done pretty well, so I'll give it that. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy, peace.